2019 is just around the corner, so I think we're going to see a much more emphasis on data and analytics. That's number one. Everybody's waking up to the fact that we really need to embrace data to achieve better insights and insights to become actionable. So I think the area of data and analytics is going to see much bigger growth, and that's on the backbone of the digital progress that is really happening much faster than the years before. I think also we're going to see more into the area of the e-commerce and Bitcoins, a little bit separate, but nevertheless all together related into the new technologies, and also especially in the area of blockchain technology, how that is going to transform our business and how that is going to bring a different level of transparency that is going to demand a different way of doing things, which I think in the longer scheme of things is going to be a very good thing. I think companies need to focus back on the fundamentals, and I'll tell you in a second what I think these are, and defocus from the focus on technology per se. Technology is a conduit. Technology enables us to do things, but it's not the goal in itself. I think the goal in itself is to really stay relevant, to have a purpose, and to be meaningful to our consumers, to our customers. If you're a brand, if you're a service, then what you really need to do is to connect in a meaningful way with your customers and provide content that is relevant to them, content that enables your brand or your service to touch and affect their lives in a positive way. And once that becomes meaningful, you will be able, as a brand or as a service or as an individual, command a better share of wallet, a better market price, a better stock price, a better KPI, a business KPI on all the aspects of your business. So I think we need to focus back on what our purpose to being meaningful to our customers is. Technology and all of these disruptors that you asked me before would be the enabler to get there. Back to the fundamentals of who we are and why we're here. The what, the who, and the why is really what, the last bit is what matters. I think if we look back in history, and we should always do that in order to learn, history repeats itself. I think when we look back into the media evolution, you will probably not remember, too young, but you will remember that there was a time that TV was going to kill the radio. It didn't happen. They coexisted and they grew together. I think that we need to really look into technology as a means to an end, not as the end itself. Perhaps one day, in many centuries in the future, when AI manages to really reach the human intellect capacity, maybe then the world will be slightly different. Until then, I believe there is going to be a coexistence between humanity and technology, and I don't think humanity is going to be replaced with technology. In fact, I think technology will facilitate humanity to become better, the human intellect to rise higher, the thinking capacity to be faster and more efficient. So I think technology is going to become a better platform on which humanity is going to further build itself. That's a brilliant question, and I think that there are basically two things that we need to do. The first and most important thing is education. So I think that we are afraid of what we don't know, and once we know, and we know how to harness it, master it, use it, and make it become an enabler, then we will feel more comfortable and confident of what we can build with it. Technology is exactly that. So I think number one will be education. Education, learning how to use new technologies, what does that mean, how it can be of value, and therefore, yes, teaching all dogs new tricks, so to speak. The second one will be, because new technology is going to shift, it is shifting the paradigm as we live it. Blockchain technology, data, analytics, new digital platforms, a way of doing things, e-commerce and so forth, e-wallets that were discussed in the conference today. I think that we need, that opens up a whole lot of different aspects in terms of security, in terms of personal data protection, and despite all the acts that exist, there is a lot of personal involvement and responsibility on what to do with that and manage it. Therefore, the second bit that I think is important to do is to really instill critical thinking into the consumer and into ourselves. So how can I differentiate and manage my information and my dealing with technology in order to stay safe and be more productive at the same time? So I think education and critical thinking will be the two key things that I would personally focus on for next year and the years beyond, in order to deal and harness the technology to our benefit.